The Garden Daycamp, a place for free-reign fun, leisure, and education.
Isn't this place just for kids?
When everyone is 2 blocks high, you can get away with pretending to be any age. Just act less responsible.
You would die if I did that. Case in point.
What is this thing?
That would be our experimental cherry vine. Cherries don't normally grow on vines, but here in the Garden Daycamp, we always have something new, whether nature intends it or not.
Welcome, welcome! My name is Dawn, and this is my sister Dawn. It's great to meet you two.
He's Dawn, like Donovan. I'm Dawn, like the sunrise.
Just so...
You're twins?
Almost identical twins, almost identical names.
It was a rough childhood. Anywho, let's get you two settled in, and you can meet the other campers. Do you have anything that needs to be stored?
I have 3 items in my lunch bag. 1 needs to be refrigerated, 1 needs to be frozen, and 1 needs to be kept at room temperature.
I see your parents also don't like you. That's okay. We'll get through this together.
But I packed it myself.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Angel and this is Digi.
I'm Miller, and that's Clover. Don't mind her. She tried setting an ant on fire using a rhinestone on her shirt as a magnifying glass. But the rhinestone caught on fire instead, and now she's salty.
Now the pattern's uneven. Stupid ant.
What's that?
This is my EMF reader. Rumor has it that this place is super haunted. The Garden Daycamp has a long history of campers going missing, and I think their spirits are still here. And it must be true. I brought all my ghost hunting equipment, and I've been getting readings all day.
Have you considered that it might be you setting off your equipment?
You sound like my grandniece whenever she screams, "Leave this place, spirit," every time I walk in the room. No, I'm alive. I just don't get a lot of sun.
Grandnieces? You're old enough to have grandnieces?
When everyone is 2 blocks high, faking your age is easy. And I was not about to let an opportunity to find a ghost slip away from me.
Hey, we're pretending to be kids too.
Really? Awesome.
Am I seriously the only kid here?
How old are you?
20, but I'm regressing, so it doesn't count.
I don't think that's how that works.
Don't bother. She was born in Dolphin Squeaks, the country whose greatest export is idiots. Only the dumbest people come from there.
Miller!
I'm not being insulting. They're genuinely that dumb. Some researcher took an IQ test before and after staying there for a month, and the number dropped so low, he almost was removed from his own project.
For your information, I don't need to be smart because I'm rich. You can tell by the amount of rhinestones I have on my shirt.
Yeah, that uneven pattern just screams old money.
Shut up, your first name's a last name.
All right, campers, settle down now. Thank you for your patience. First of all, me and Dawn would like to give you all a warm welcome to the Garden Daycamp. Before we begin, there are a few rules we need to go over. The first one being, do not eat any of the plants unless we say it's okay. If a plant tells you it's edible, do not believe it.
I made that mistake once. I was in the hospital for 3 days for unrelated circumstances.
You... what?
Shh, I'm trying to listen.
Rule number 2, stay with the group at all times. The garden is very big and you can get lost. We lost a camper here once and now he haunts the trees. Rule number 3, no climbing the trees.
So there are ghosts here.
Only the one, and he eats bad children who go off on their own. You've probably heard all kinds of stories about campers going missing. Well, I can tell you that they're only missing because they didn't stay with the group and got eaten by the tree ghost.
And the tree is located 1 inch off the property line, so we're not legally responsible.
Wait. Back to rule number 2. What do you mean by staying with the group? I thought we were just going to wander off and do whatever we want for the day.
Not at all. We have a very carefully planned, fun-filled schedule for our time here at the garden. Wherever you go as a group.
I'm out. Come on, Angel, let's leave.
Not until your parents come pick you up, you're not. Until 6 p.m. tonight, or until you wander off and get eaten by the tree ghost, the garden is legally responsible for you. Which brings us to rule number 4.
No food or drinks outside the designated eating area.
Which brings us to rule number 5. No leaving the garden until your parents come get you.
I don't even know if we have parents.
My parents are at the black market buying shades of charcoal.
I think my parents are dead.
Everyone, please. You can save your concerns for later. Why don't we go around and introduce ourselves? Say your name and a fun fact about yourself.
I'm Digi, and I have at least 3 warrants out for my arrest.
I'm Angel and I forged those warrants to scare Digi.
I'm Miller. I'm an amateur ghost hunter, and the whole reason I came to Garden Daycamp today is because I want to find evidence of the paranormal. I will find that tree ghost and prove to all the skeptics that ghosts are real. And no camp counselor or garden rule is going to stop me from achieving my goal.
I said 1 fun fact, Miller. Next.
My name is Clover. I'm named after the plant my grandmother sold my mother for when she was an infant.
She sold her baby for clovers?
She thought it was parsley.
Ah, she was a chef.
Not a good one. She couldn't tell the difference between clover and parsley.
Typical dolphin squeaker.
Anyway, my mom was trained to crawl home whenever Grandma sold her, so I worked out, man. Grandma was a con artist. She had to be because the chef business wasn't working out, and she needed to support us somehow. But we're doing very well for ourselves now, as you can see by the rhinestones on my shirt.
Excellent. Now there are several sections of the garden we'll be touring through. We have the flower section, the crop section, the cave section, that one's always a favorite, and the tree section we will unfortunately be skipping because of the paranormal safety reasons.
That's not fair!
We'll begin the day at the flower section. We have all kinds of flowers and all kinds of allergy relief medication.
You said there was a cave part of the tour, right? Can we start there instead?
Nope. The cave is the best part about the garden, and we should always save the best for last.
And that's why I was always picked last for sports.
You keep telling yourself that, Dawn. Feel free to look around. Flowers are meant to be enjoyed. Now, does anyone know why we call them flowers? It's because we don't know their real names.
We're here to learn, ma'am.
Why don't you all see if your favorite flower is here?
I like this flower because it reminds me of the color blue. I always forget about blue. It's good to have reminders.
Angel, I hate this. I thought we were just going to run around all day. I don't want to be stuck in some glorified tour.
I really want to see the cave section. What plants can be growing in a cave? Hey, cover for me, okay? I'm gonna sneak off and see if I can check them out.
Dawn and Dawn, want to see a magic trick? Now you see Angel, and now you don't.
Amazing!
Where did she go?
A magician never reveals her secrets.
She's sneaking off towards the cave section.
Clover, stop destroying the magic. This is the happiest I've been in months.
Okay, I'm also going to disappear now, okay? Abracadabra.
Wow, the talent in that one.
Truly a prodigy.
Angel? Whoa, look at this place.
It's amazing! Forget the plants, look at all the gems! There's diamonds, gold, emeralds, and a copy of your favorite video game from the early 90s that the company no longer sells or supports, but will throw a legal fit if you try to put it on an emulator.
I got into pirating because of that game. There's no way all this is here naturally, right?
Gold and diamonds wouldn't be caught dead growing in the same cave. Dawn and Dawn must have put all this here themselves. But how can they afford this? The garden can't be making that much money. Something illegal must be afoot.
Why does rich always have to mean illegal? Maybe they're secret athletes with million-dollar contracts.
And that's why picking someone last for sports is actually a sign of respect. There you two are. That was the longest trick I've ever seen, and I watched a 30-minute backflip. You're just in time for arts and crafts.
For today's craft, you will be making the absolute lowest effort, worst quality painting you can, and then attaching a dramatic interpretation to it. For example, the simplicity of the squares represent how straightforward life would be without technology.
That's just a knockoff of the Simple Life No Tech painting at the museum.
The plagiarism represents mankind's limited imagination and insistent need for routine. See? Now suddenly it's good.
My painting represents my rhinestones and the war happening in my home country, Dolphin Squeaks.
Dolphin Squeaks isn't in a war.
Yes, it is. The newspapers say so. The president has been bartering for our POWs for years now.
POWs? You guys don't even have an army. The country's too small, and no one wants to take over a place that dumb.
Of course we have an army. How else would we be trading for war prisoners? It's simple logic. It's not my fault you can't think rationally.
Wait, I'm gonna look around and see if I could find a shady explanation for the cave jewels. Cover for me while I'm gone.
You're not gonna want the same magic trick twice.
Just come up with a dramatic interpretation for my disappearance and say it's your art project.
Aw, but I already drew a line and gave it a sad backstory.
Fine, I'll think of something else. There, I stole their glasses. Now they can't see. All you have to do is pretend to be me and you at the same time.
That's not gonna work. We look and sound nothing alike.
Keep your phone close, I'll keep you updated.
Does anyone know where our paint cups are? We can't see without them.
I painted some paint cups. Does that help?
That's a triangle.
But it represents paint cups.
Genius!
Miller, what are you doing out here?
Dawn and Dawn can't see anymore, so I thought now would be the perfect time to hunt for ghosts. That's the whole reason I came here, you know?
Uh-huh.
Look, the EMF is going crazy, and I swear I hear voices when I talk into the spirit box. Hello? Hello? See?
Yeah, weird. How old did you say you were again?
102, maybe 104? I stopped keeping track when I got sick a few decades ago.
And how old do the people in your family usually live to be?
Not nearly as old. I guess I got lucky. Anyway, what are you doing out here?
Looking for evidence. The garden has a fortune's worth of gemstones in the cave, and I want to know why, and possibly clicked on the blackmail.
It has to have something to do with the missing campers. The Dawn said there was a ghost not living in the trees. He probably knows something. You look around the tree section, and I'll contact the spirit for intel.
Counselor Dawns, can we play a different game?
I assure you that Find the Glasses is a very mentally stimulating and enriching game for growing children to play. And we will not stop until those cups are found.
This is terrible and I'm leaving. Cover for me.
I can't cover for all three of you. I need help.
Just do what you've already been doing. I'll be back later.
Clover!
What are you two campers whispering about over here? Did you find her glasses?
No. No.
Don't feel bad. Lunch isn't for another 2 hours. You'll have plenty of time to find them.
Okay, campers. Time for our only roll call of the day. Angel?
Here.
Clover?
Here, and my shirt still has rhinestones on it.
Miller?
Here, and I have an unhealthy obsession with ghosts.
Digi?
Here.
Digi, can you say here again?
Here?
Uh-huh. Don, can I see you for a second? That did not sound like Digi at all. I think one of the campers is covering for her so she could sneak off while we can't see.
I think you're right. What do we do?
Cover for me. I'm going to find her.
Okay. Hi, campers. It's me, Dawn, like the sunrise. You're doing such a great job. Keep it up.
Oh my gosh.
Show yourself, tree ghost. No one believes in spirits anymore, and I need you to prove them all wrong.
Oh, we believe all right. There's nothing out here. We need to find an office or some sort of mailroom, someplace that would have tangible evidence. There's nothing but plants out here.
Once we find the tree ghost, we'll have plenty of evidence.
Aha! I knew I'd find you here.
Counselor Dawn?
How? You can't see without your glasses.
That's right, I can't. I've been jumping out from behind trees and bushes for the last 20 minutes yelling aha! And now you just confirmed your location. So, you discovered the dark secret of the Garden Daycamp, have you?
Have we?
Yes, we have, and we're going to tell everyone unless you start monologuing about it.
Deal. But first, jail. You see, when I was a small child, I had but only one dream, to get really internet famous and then canceled. But then I realized that was too much work, so I became a professional athlete instead. I never told Don about my athletic career. He was never the athletic type, no matter how hard he tried to be. If he knew I was living his dream, it would break his heart. But I was making millions. And it's very hard to hide that kind of money from family. I had to come up with a plausible reason to have that much cash. And you know what I decided on?
Illegal activity?
Bingo!
Reverse money laundering?
Money dirtying. It's the perfect crime.
I learned that the country of Dolphin Squeak is full of very, very dumb people. Their government included. In the 1950s, an enemy spy hijacked all their confidential data because someone put the password as 123. Then the spy did it again in the 1960s because they didn't change the password after the first security breach.
I would so rather be learning about plants right now.
In recent years, the president of Dolphin Squeaks nearly bankrupted the entire country because he entered his credit card information on a shady website that promised him a free iPad. When the treasurer was asked why he didn't immediately freeze the accounts, he said it was summer and the accounts would just defrost. You see where I'm going with this?
Not really.
A government that dumb wouldn't know a scam if it called them up and told them they were in a war. So I called up their president and told him he was in a war. I sent my millions of dollars to Dolphin Squeaks as a charitable donation to aid the non-existent war effort. Then me and my brother kidnap a few of our campers. Tell Dolphin Squeaks the campers are their prisoners of war, and exchange said campers for the money I donate. Of course our campers don't speak the language in Dolphin Squeaks, so they can't tell anyone what's really happening. They're stuck there forever, and we get away with it. And Don will never know that I'm a pro athlete.
So because we know too much, we're being shipped off next?
It's a Garden Daycamp tradition at this point.
I don't mind. I don't care if I get sent off to Dolphin Squeaks. Just let me meet the tree ghost so I can die happy.
There is no tree ghost. We made him up so no one questions the disappearance of the campers. There are no ghosts, nor have there ever been at the Garden Daycamp.
No ghosts? But my ghost equipment. I've been getting activity all day. Could it be that I was the ghost this whole time?
That's quite a leap. Paranormal enthusiasts will come to any conclusion before admitting ghosts aren't real.
You're right, that's crazy.
I'm off to make your government official ransom note. Going to leave the key to the cell right here on the tree. Just out of your reach, but still within your sight. Good day.
What do we do now?
I mean, you can always use your ghost abilities and float up to get the key.
I told you I'm not a ghost. Dawn confirmed it. I'm not even sure I believe in ghosts anymore.
Whatever. Dawn didn't take my phone away, so I'm gonna call Digi.
And the police. You're calling the police too, right? Maybe call the police first?
No way, what if they have more important things to do? They'll probably be like, oh, this line is for emergencies only or something.
Angel, please.
Dawn, it's not that big of a deal.
Oh, yes, it is. Clover needs to understand the importance of native plant life.
I am just saying that if it has the ability to grow in an environment it was put in, then it can't be invasive. Clover, that's not how. You stay out of it. Survival of the fittest. Huh, truly from Dolphin Squeaks, that one.
Miller? Harsh.
I know, right? Sorry, 1 minute. Angel, where are you?
By the tree section in a secret underground jail. Turns out the counselors have been trading campers to Dolphin Squeaks as POWs for the money they themselves donated. Also, you're right about the pro athlete thing.
Wait, huh? What? Whatever, I don't care. Just get back here.
We can't, we're locked in. The keys are conveniently placed out of reach, but still within sight. You have to get them for us.
Did you call the police?
No?
Good choice, they're probably busy. I just need to figure out how to get away.
No one is saying invasive plants are a good thing. Clover is. I think we might just be misunderstanding her. I have 3 degrees in botany. You stole those from a scientist.
Actually, I'm just gonna
Have
leave.
them
See you in 5
again
minutes.
with the finders keepers laws.
Angel, where's the key?
Behind you on the tree. She threw it up there on the branch. You have to climb it.
I can't. The bark's too smooth. There's nothing to hold on to. The only way to get it would be to levitate, and only a ghost can do something like that. A ghost? Hint, hint. We need a ghost.
Guys, I had a thought, but it might seem crazy.
Yeah?
We should sacrifice Angel and use her ghost to get the key. Okay, you guys might be right about me being a ghost.
I'm glad you all are okay, but please remember 911 is for emergencies only.
I can't believe Dawn and Dawn would do all this. What are we gonna do? This is gonna be awful. Wait, I know what to do. I'm from Dolphin Squeaks. I can speak their language. When Dawn and Dawn send this out, I can translate for us and get us home.
Okay, we are literally being saved by the police right now.
I can translate for them too.
So, now that you've accepted your ghostliness, will you be moving on to the other side?
Nah, I thought about it, but I think my presence is needed here. The Garden Daycamp has so many spooky stories and urban legends attached to it that leaving it unhaunted would be a crime. This place is seriously lacking a tree ghost, and I fully intend to take on that role. I'm finally going to where I belong. I'm going home.
Can't wait for the new parking garage. Finally, a place to park our cars while we go enjoy nature.
Aw.
You should come down.
What do you mean you're a pro athlete?
Never mind, I'm coming up.